The vast expanse of space stretched out before the ISS horizon, humanity's most advanced deep space exploration vessel. Captain Liam Anderson stood on the bridge, his piercing gaze fixed on the holographic display that dominated the center of the room. The ship had been traversing the uncharted reaches of the Andromeda Galaxy for months, seeking signs of intelligent life beyond Earth. "Captain, we're detecting an unusual energy signature," announced Natalie Parsons, the ship's chief science officer. "It doesn't match any known natural phenomenon in our database." Liam's heart raced. Could this be the moment they had been waiting for? "Can you pinpoint the source, Natalie?" "Working on it, sir," she replied, her fingers dancing across the console. "The signal is faint, but it's definitely artificial in origin. It's repeating." As the crew watched in fascination, the signal began to take shape on the screen. It pulsed with a rhythmic cadence, like a heartbeat echoing across the cosmos. "It's a distress call," Liam realized, his voice barely above a whisper. "Someone out there is in trouble." The implications of this discovery were staggering. Not only had they found evidence of intelligent alien life, but they had stumbled upon a civilization advanced enough to transmit interstellar communications. And now, that civilization was in desperate need of help. Liam squared his shoulders, his decision already made. "Plot a course to the signal's origin. We're going to investigate." As the IS horizon altered its trajectory, the crew buzzed with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. They had trained for this moment, but nothing could truly prepare them for humanity's first contact with an alien species. Days turned into weeks as they traveled deeper into uncharted space. The signal grew stronger, guiding them like a beacon through the starry void. Finally, they arrived at its source, a small rocky planet orbiting a dying red dwarf star. "Scan the surface," Liam ordered as they entered orbit. "Look for any signs of life or technology." The results came back quickly, and they were grim. The planet's surface was a desolate wasteland, pockmarked with craters and devoid of any visible structures. Whatever civilization had once thrived here was long gone. "I'm detecting a faint energy signature," reported Natalie, her brow furrowed in concentration. "It's coming from beneath the surface, near the equator." Liam nodded grimly. "Prepare a landing party. We'll investigate on foot." As the shuttle descended through the planet's thin atmosphere, the team donned their specialized suits. The air outside was toxic, and the temperature fluctuated wildly between scorching heat and freezing cold. Whatever had happened here, it had rendered the planet virtually uninhabitable. The landing party consisted of Liam, Natalie, the ship's chief engineer, Cameron Holt, and the security chief, Amara Devi. As they stepped onto the alien soil, a sense of awe washed over them. They were the first humans to set foot on this distant world. "The energy signature is coming from that direction," Natalie said, pointing towards a jagged mountain range in the distance, about 2 kilometers from our position. They set off across the barren landscape, their path illuminated by the feeble light of the dying sun. As they drew closer to their destination, they began to notice strange markings on the rocks, symbols carved into the stone, weathered by time but still visible. "These look like some kind of writing," Natalie observed, running her gloved hand over the alien script. "It's unlike anything I've ever seen." Suddenly, Amara held up a hand, signaling the others to stop. "There's something ahead. It looks like an entrance." Hidden among the craggy rocks was a perfectly smooth oval-shaped opening. It seemed to absorb the light around it, creating an unsettling void in the mountainside. "The signal's definitely coming from in there," Cameron confirmed, checking his instruments. Liam took a deep breath, steeling himself for what lay ahead. "All right, team, we go in together. Stay alert and remember your training. We don't know what we're going to find in there." As they stepped into the darkness, lights from their suits automatically activated, revealing a long, winding tunnel that stretched deep into the planet's core. The walls were lined with the same strange symbols they had seen outside, but here they glowed with a faint, pulsing light. "It's beautiful," Natalie whispered, her scientific curiosity overriding her fear. They followed the tunnel for what felt like hours, descending deeper and deeper. The air grew warmer, and their instruments began to pick up traces of an unknown energy field. Finally, the tunnel opened up into a vast chamber. The sight that greeted them left them speechless. In the center of the room stood a massive crystalline structure, pulsing with an inner light that matched the rhythm of the distress signal. Surrounding it were rows upon rows of what looked like stasis pods, their surfaces clouded with age. "My God," Liam breathed. "It's some kind of arc." As they approached the central crystal, its light intensified. Suddenly, a holographic image flickered to life before them, a tall, slender being with iridescent skin and large, luminous eyes. The alien spoke, its words somehow translating directly into their minds. "Greetings, explorers. If you are hearing this message, then our worst fears have come to pass. Our world is dying, and we could not save it, but perhaps we can save our legacy." The hologram gestured to the stasis pods. "Within these chambers lie the last of our kind, preserved in the hope that someone like you might find us. We entrust them to you, noble voyagers. Please, help us live again." As the message faded, one of the stasis pods began to glow. Its surface cleared, revealing the form of a young alien inside. To the team's astonishment, her eyes slowly opened, meeting their gaze with a mixture of fear and hope. Liam's voice shook as he activated his comm link to the ship. "Horizon, this is the captain. Prepare medical bay and alert Earth. We've made first contact, and we have a refugee in need of our help." As they worked to revive the alien survivor, Liam couldn't help but feel the weight of this moment. Humanity had just taken its first steps into a larger universe, and the choices they made now would shape the future of both their species. The rescue mission had only just begun, and already it was clear that nothing would ever be the same again. The medical bay of the ISS Horizon hummed with activity as Dr. Amara Devi worked tirelessly to stabilize that unexpected guest. The alien, whom they had begun calling Zara based on the melodic sounds she made, lay on the examination table, her iridescent skin shimmering under the bright lights. Captain Liam Anderson watched from behind the observation glass, his mind racing with the implications of their discovery. Earth needed to be informed, but how would humanity react to the news that they were no longer alone in the universe? "Captain," Amara's voice crackled over the intercom, interrupting Liam's thoughts. "She's awake, and, well, I think you should come see this for yourself." Liam entered the medical bay, his eyes immediately drawn to Zara. The alien's large, luminous eyes blinked slowly as she took in her surroundings. Then, to everyone's astonishment, she spoke. "Thank you for saving me," Zara said, her voice a melodious whisper that seemed to resonate directly in their minds. Liam exchanged a stunned glance with Amara. You can speak our language." Zara's skin rippled with what they would come to recognize as an expression of amusement. "Not exactly. My people possess the ability to connect with other sentient minds. I'm translating my thoughts into a form you can understand." Over the next few days, as Zara regained her strength, she shared the tragic history of her people, the Luminari. Their civilization had spanned thousands of years, achieving technological marvels that humans had only dreamed of. But their advancement came at a cost. "We pushed our star to its limits," Zara explained, her eyes dimming with sorrow. "In our quest for energy, we accelerated its aging process. By the time we realized our mistake, it was too late. Our world was dying." The Luminari had built the underground ark as a last resort, preserving a fraction of their population in the hope that someone would find them and help them start anew. Zara was one of the caretakers, tasked with maintaining the stasis systems and waiting for rescue. "But something went wrong," she continued. "The others, they never woke up. I was alone for so long, watching over them, hoping against hope that someone would hear our call." As Zara's story unfolded, the crew of the Horizon found themselves deeply moved by the plight of the Luminari. Humanity had faced its own challenges and close calls with extinction, but nothing on the scale of what Zara's people had endured. Dr. Cameron Holt, fascinated by the Luminaries' advanced technology, spent hours discussing their scientific achievements with Zara. "Your people's understanding of quantum mechanics is incredible," he marveled. "With your knowledge, we can make breakthroughs in clean energy production, space travel. The possibilities are endless." But it wasn't just Zara's scientific knowledge that captivated the crew. Her gentle demeanor and curiosity about human culture endeared her to everyone on board. She was particularly fascinated by human art and music, spending hours in the ship's recreation area, absorbing Earth's diverse cultures through books, films, and recordings. "Your species has such vibrant imaginations," Zara commented one evening as she and Liam watched the stars from the observation deck. "Despite all the challenges you faced, you still dream of a better future. It's inspiring." Liam smiled, feeling a growing sense of protectiveness towards that alien guest. "That's what humans do best. We hope, we dream, and we never give up." As the Horizon began its long journey back to Earth, the crew faced a difficult decision. The stasis pods containing the rest of the Luminary were too numerous and too delicate to transport all at once. They would need to return with a larger vessel and specialized equipment to safely relocate the sleeping aliens. "We can't just leave them there," Amara argued during a staff meeting. "What if something happens while we're gone?" "I agree," Liam said, "but we don't have the resources to mount a full-scale evacuation right now. Our priority has to be getting Zara to Earth safely and informing our governments about the situation." The decision weighed heavily on all of them, especially Zara. The thought of leaving her people behind, even temporarily, filled her with anxiety. But she understood the logic of the humans' plan. "My people have waited this long," she said, her voice tinged with both sadness and hope. "A little longer won't hurt. And perhaps, with your help, we can find a way to revive them that we couldn't achieve on our own." As they prepared to leave the Luminary homeworld, Liam made a solemn promise to Zara. "We will return for your people. Humanity won't abandon them, or you." The journey back to Earth was filled with anticipation and preparation. They needed to ready the world for the news of first contact and the responsibility that came with it. Zara worked closely with the crew to compile a comprehensive database of Luminary knowledge and history, determined to preserve her people's legacy no matter what happened. But as they drew closer to home, a new worry began to gnaw at Liam. How would Earth's governments react to Zara? Would they see her as a guest to be welcomed, or a potential threat to be contained? The thought of Zara being treated as anything less than the miraculous survivor she was made Liam's blood boil. "We'll protect you," Liam assured Zara one night, noticing the aliens' growing nervousness as Earth loomed larger in their view screens. "Whatever happens, you're under my protection and humanity's." Zara's skin shimmered with gratitude. "I trust you, Liam. Your kindness, all of humanity's kindness, has given me hope again. Whatever challenges we face, we'll face them together." As the blue marble of Earth grew larger in their view, Liam couldn't shake the feeling that they were standing on the precipice of a new era for humanity. The choices they made in the coming days and weeks would shape not just their own future, but the future of an entire alien race. The ISS Horizon began its descent into Earth's atmosphere, carrying with it the hopes and dreams of two civilizations. Humanity's greatest adventure was about to begin, and Liam was determined to ensure that it would be a story of compassion, courage, and the unbreakable bonds of friendship that could span the stars themselves. Little did they know, as they approached their homeworld, that forces were already in motion that would test humanity's resolve and challenge their commitment to their new alien allies. The true trial was yet to come, and the fate of both Earth and the Luminary hung in the balance. The return of the ISS Horizon to Earth was met with a mixture of excitement, wonder, and trepidation. News of Zara's existence spread like wildfire, dominating global headlines and sparking intense debates in government chambers and living rooms alike. Captain Liam Anderson stood before the United Nations Security Council, Zara by his side, as he recounted their discovery and the plight of the luminary. The chamber was filled with a tense silence, broken only by the occasional murmur of astonishment or disbelief. Members of the council, Liam concluded, his voice firm and resolute, we have been given an unprecedented opportunity. The chance to not only make first contact with an alien species, but to save them from extinction. I urge you to consider the moral imperative we face and the potential benefits of alliance with the luminary. The debate that followed was heated. Some nations saw the potential for technological advancement and the expansion of human knowledge. Others feared the risks of bringing an unknown alien species to Earth. Through it all, Zara remained a calm presence, her luminous eyes taking in the proceedings with a mixture of hope and apprehension. It was during one of these contentious sessions that Dr. Cameron Holt made a startling discovery. While reviewing the data they had collected from the luminary homeworld, he noticed an anomaly in the long-range sensor logs. "Captain," Cameron said, his voice urgent as he interrupted the proceedings, "I think you need to see this." The holographic display at the center of the chamber flickered to life, showing a series of strange energy signatures at the edge of the solar system. They were faint, almost undetectable, but unmistakably artificial. "What are we looking at, Doctor?" asked the UN Secretary-General, leaning forward in her seat. Cameron's face was grim as he explained, "These signatures match no known natural phenomenon. They're also not consistent with any human technology. I believe we may be detecting the presence of another alien species in our solar system." The room erupted into chaos as the implications sank in. Zora's skin paled, her bioluminescence dimming with fear. "No," she whispered, her mental voice trembling. "They found us." All eyes turned to the alien as she stepped forward, her usual grace replaced by urgent desperation. "I had hoped we had more time, but I see now I must tell you everything. The death of my world was no accident. We were attacked." In the stunned silence that followed, Zara revealed the truth she had been hesitant to share. The Luminari were not the only advanced civilization in the galaxy. There were others, including a powerful and aggressive species known as the Void Hunters. "They are conquerors," Zara explained, her mental voice filled with sorrow and anger. "They seek out worlds rich in resources and advanced technology, strip them bare, and move on. My people tried to resist, but we were unprepared for their savagery. The damage to our star was a result of their attack, not our own actions." The revelation sent shockwaves through the assembly. Humanity had barely come to terms with the existence of one alien species, and now they were faced with the threat of an interstellar invasion. "Why didn't you tell us this before?" Liam asked, feeling a mix of betrayal and concern for his alien friend. Zora's skin rippled with shame. "I was afraid that if you knew the danger, you would abandon my people. Afraid that the Void Hunters might have followed me here, putting your world at risk. I am sorry, Liam. I should have trusted in humanity's strength." As the gravity of the situation sank in, the focus of the world's leaders shifted dramatically. The debate was no longer about whether to help the Luminari, but how to prepare for a potential invasion. Dr. Natalie Parsons, who had been quietly analyzing the data, spoke up. "If I'm interpreting these energy signatures correctly, we may have a small advantage. It looks like the Void Hunters are using some kind of faster-than-light travel, but they're still quite far out. We might have a few months before they reach Earth." Liam's mind raced with the possibilities. "Then we need to use that time wisely. Zara, we need everything you can tell us about the Void Hunters' technology, their tactics, their weaknesses, anything that might give us an edge." The next few weeks were a flurry of activity as Earth prepared for its greatest challenge. Military forces around the world were mobilized, and scientists worked around the clock to adapt luminary technology for Earth's defense. Zara worked tirelessly alongside human researchers, sharing her knowledge and helping to develop new technologies. Her expertise in quantum mechanics proved invaluable as they raced to create more advanced weapons and shields. But it wasn't just military preparation that occupied humanity. The impending threat had an unexpected effect on global politics. Old rivalries and conflicts were set aside as nations united against a common enemy. Resources were pooled, and information flowed freely between former adversaries. "I've never seen anything like it," marveled Amara Devi, the ship's security chief, as she oversaw the integration of new defense systems. "It's like the whole world has decided to grow up overnight." Liam couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in his species. Faced with an existential threat, humanity had chosen to stand together rather than fracture apart. It was a testament to the resilience and adaptability that had allowed humans to survive and thrive against the odds time and time again. As the days ticked by, a plan began to take shape. Using luminary technology, Earth would construct a fleet of advanced spacecraft capable of intercepting the Void Hunters before they reached the solar system. At the same time, a massive planetary defense grid would be erected to protect Earth and its newfound alien allies. The plan was risky, requiring unprecedented cooperation and resource allocation. But as Zara observed the determination in the eyes of her human friends, she felt a glimmer of hope that had been absent since the fall of her own world. "Your people are remarkable," she told Liam one evening as they watched the construction of Earth's first true warship. "In the face of such danger, you don't cower or despair. You innovate, you adapt, you fight." Liam smiled, placing a comforting hand on Zara's shoulder. "That's the human way. We've faced our own near extinctions in the past, ice ages, plagues, world wars. Each time, we've come back stronger. The Void Hunters have no idea what they're in for." As the deadline for the Void Hunters' arrival drew nearer, tension mounted. The fledgling Earth Defense Fleet prepared for its maiden voyage, crewed by the best and brightest from nations around the world. Liam naturally had been chosen to lead the mission. Standing on the bridge of the flagship, christened the EDS Unity, Liam felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. He was no longer just the captain of an exploration vessel. He was humanity's first line of defense against an alien threat. "All ships report ready, Captain," Natalie Parsons announced from her position at communications. Liam took a deep breath, his resolve hardening as he gazed at the stars that had once seemed so welcoming and now held hidden dangers. "Then it's time. Let's go show these Void Hunters that humanity is not to be trifled with." As the Earth Defense Fleet engaged its engines and set course for the outer solar system, the people of Earth watched and waited. The greatest battle in human history was about to begin, and the fate of not one, but two civilizations hung in the balance. Little did they know that their actions in the coming conflict would reshape the galaxy and cement humanity's place among the stars. The legend of Earth's defiance was about to be born. As the Earth Defense Fleet engaged its engines and set course for the outer solar system, the people of Earth watched and waited with a mix of trepidation and resolve. Liam, taking a deep breath, gazed up at the stars that had once seemed so welcoming, now shrouded in hidden dangers. His expression hardened with determination. "Then it's time. Let's go show these Void Hunters that humanity is not to be trifled with." The greatest battle in human history was about to begin, and the fate of not one, but two civilizations hung in the balance. Little did the people of Earth know that their actions in the coming conflict would reshape the galaxy and cement humanity's place among the stars. The legend of Earth's defiance was about to be born. Liam stood at the helm of the flagship, his hands gripping the console as the Earth Defense Fleet accelerated towards the outer solar system. The vast expanse of space stretched out before them, a canvas of stars punctuated by the distant glimmer of alien ships. "All ships, report in," Liam commanded, his voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through his veins. One by one, the captains responded, their vessels falling into tight formation as they neared the edge of the solar system. Liam's gaze narrowed as he spotted the first indications of the Void Hunters' fleet, a swarm of ominous silhouettes against the blackness of space. "There they are," he murmured, his jaw set with determination. "All hands, prepare for battle. This is the fight of our lives." The Earth Defense Fleet slowed its pace, its weapons systems humming to life. Liam knew that the fate of humanity rested on the outcome of this confrontation. But he also knew that they were not alone. The people of Earth stood united, ready to defend their home and their way of life against these alien invaders. The Void Hunters' ships surged forward, their alien weaponry blazing to life. Bolts of energy crossed the void, streaking towards the Earth Defense Fleet. Liam braced himself as the first impacts shook his vessel, but his crew remained steady, returning fire with precision and determination. All around him, the battle raged. Smaller ships darted and weaved, dogfighting in a deadly dance, while the larger capital ships exchanged devastating broadsides. Liam's knuckles turned white as he gripped the console, his eyes scanning the tactical displays for any advantage, any weakness in the Void Hunters' defenses. "Sir, we're taking heavy damage on the port side," one of his officers reported, shields at 60% and falling. Liam's jaw tightened. "Divert all available power to the shields. Return fire with everything we've got. We can't let them break through our lines." The Earth Defense Fleet fought with a ferocity born of desperation. These were the final defenders of humanity's homeworld, and they would not go down without a fight. Liam could see the resolve in the faces of his crew, their brows furrowed in concentration, their movements swift and efficient. As the battle raged on, Liam caught glimpses of other ships in the fleet, their captains mirroring his own determined expression. They were all in this together, fighting for the same cause, united in their defiance against the alien invaders.